You're listening to the Confessions of a Beauty Boss podcast. I'm your host, Angela Sanchez, beauty business mentor and founder of Beauty Business Co. I want you to believe that you can achieve anything if you set your mind to it. I'll be interviewing leading beauty industry professionals and discovering exactly what drove them to becoming the beauty boss they are today. Are you ready to be inspired? You're listening to episode 60 of the Confessions of a Beauty Boss podcast with today's guest, Julie Leverington. Julie's beauty journey began in hairdressing, but she soon realised her passion for health, wellness and skin, and then she studied beauty therapy before working at a 5-star day spa in Scotland. Since moving to Australia, Julie has worked in award-winning day spas and salons specialising in skin health. With her passion for developing business, Julie stepped into a BDM role in 2017 and now works for one of the largest beauty distributors in Australia as one of their senior business development managers. Julie loves working with her clinics to bring out their absolute best, maximising on client experience, results and profitability. I'm looking forward to catching Julie at the Australian Beauty Expo. I'm literally about to jump in an Uber, head to the airport from the Sunshine Coast to Sydney. I'm so excited to be meeting all of our Beauty Boss members that are going to be at the Expo over the weekend and celebrating with you all because there is so many milestones to say, yes, we made it. We are back to in-person events. I can't wait to mingle with you, have a champagne. If you see me down at Beauty Expo, I hope that you say hello. And if you are at any of the gala events, the ABIC Awards night, the O Cosmetics Awards night, and the Australian Beauty Industry Awards, let's have a boogie on the dance floor. I will see you all there, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Julie, welcome to my virtual beauty lounge. It is so good to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I am so good. I'm so happy to have you here. I've been wanting to have you as a guest for such a long time. We've known each other now for, I think we were just chatting, like nearly 5 years. You've been with Professional Beauty Solutions, and when I had my salon Beautorium, I stocked a few of the PBS brands that I was partnered with. And yeah, you were such a great support to me back when I had my salon. So it's been really lovely to stay connected with you and keep following along your journey, and likewise with mine. And I know that PBS have supported Beauty Business Co. in so many incredible ways and contributed to our retreats. And it's just, again, looking back at so many ways our industry can go and the paths that we take. And I've just really loved getting to know you, and thank you so much for being such a big support to me.
Oh, my pleasure. It's been great working with you, like both when you have Beautorium and still now with your beauty boss business as well, and seeing what a community you've created as well. Angela, is absolutely amazing. I know so many of our PBS community are with you. And that's what I love. I just love community in our industry, and it's so important.
Yeah, it truly is. I know it's been a little while, so it's really nice to still be connected with the PBS brand as well. So before we get into the show, I would love for you to let us know, what is your definition of a beauty boss?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think for me, obviously looking from the outside, and in the fact that I don't own a business, but I'm partnered with the biggest kind of wholesale company of Australia, Professional Beauty Solutions. What I love about beauty bosses that we work with is they're more so now after the pandemic about collaboration over competition, and seeing all of our businesses work together and support each other is definitely my definition of a beauty boss. Is that support, being there for the good of our industry and the growth of our industry, I think is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it truly, truly is. It's so amazing to see, like in 2022, the beauty business owner is very open to sharing with another beauty business owner how they have succeeded. And I think that
PBS has created a really great culture around that. And I know a part of, a mission that you have in your work, but also a part of your values, Jules, is really making sure that they are feeling uplifted and empowered with that knowledge to really succeed in business. It's not just about kind of showing what the brand itself has. You're so much more than what your job actually entails because you're so passionate in that. So yeah, and I can see from who you've worked with as well, how much success they are now having in their business as well. So you're doing such an incredible job with the company. But yeah, good definition there. So
Absolutely.
we will get on with sharing your story because you've been in the industry for quite a long time. Tell us where it all began. Why did you choose to be a part of the beauty industry? And just share a bit about what your kind of role is and how you do support the beauty industry today.
Yeah, sure. So I actually started in our industry as a hairdresser. So I started that when I was 16. I was not really into school that much. Mum gave me an ultimatum. I either had to get a job or go to uni if I wanted to leave school early. So that's what I did. I went out and found myself an apprenticeship in hairdressing. I think I did that for about 4 years. So got my my level 2, my level 3 hairdressing. Absolutely hated it. It was only to get out of school. And then I kind of I came to Australia to be with my, at that time, just boyfriend, and just having a break and having 4 months over here. And I went back and kind of just did a few odd jobs, managed a couple of pubs and things like that. And then I really knew that beauty was in my heart. I knew that I had to go back and explore what I always wanted to be in, was beauty therapy. So I made the really big decision to take myself back off to college to do my beauty therapy. And that obviously involved me and Trent having long distance relationships during his off season of racing. So over that Christmas time, but it was so worth it. I got my beauty therapy diploma. I joined an amazing day spa over in Scotland, and I was there until I moved out to Australia. So my passion was definitely spa to begin with. I loved the luxury. I loved the experience you could give someone in that day spa environment. And then when I moved out here to Australia, I started in a day spa and then actually ended up working for Pure Indulgence, which, Angela, you know very well. And they taught me so much. I grew so much with that company. Absolutely loved working with them and what they taught me. And then my body kind of gave out a little bit in doing treatments. After doing hairdressing and then obviously spa therapies, which involves a lot of massage. I've got tendonitis in both shoulders. And took the plunge to apply for a business development role, which I got. So my first business development role was about 8 years ago. And I was working with just solely one brand, which was a spa brand. Absolutely loved that as well. It was great to see that brand grow while I was with it. And then after having my little girl, Tilly, I decided to make a change. And the day I decided I wasn't going back to my old job, I saw the advertisement for our business development manager in Queensland. And that's when I joined Professional Beauty Solutions. And I've been here since then. And that's almost 5 years now. So it's been an incredible journey with Matt and Lisa. It's a massive jump going from being a business development manager with one brand to, I think there was 9 brands when I joined, and it's no day's ever the same for me anymore. I always say to Matt and Lisa, there's no way I could go back to just mentoring one brand. I love how I work with hairdressers through to beauty therapists, skin clinics, right the way through to doctors as well. So no day's ever the same, and I get to support so many people in the area I look after, and I'm just so incredibly passionate about who PBS are and why they look at everybody's business as a whole. We're not just here to support them in just the brand they have with us. We really want to help them grow in their entirety. So that's very much what I'm about. I love sitting down. I love getting to know my business owners and what their goals are and really help them strive to meet those. And yeah, a lot of them have on their goal list some PBS awards, so it's really great when they take out those as well.
Yes, I know. I will never, ever forget the moment when you encouraged me to go for the PBS award. I think it was the marketing one that I
marketing excellence.
Yeah. And it was such a proud moment of mine because I was such a small business. I was a solo owned beauty salon, and I kind of had in my head that self-worth of like, well, why would I win an award like this? I'm so small. And it was so beautiful to know that PBS, being such a big company that it was, that they were actually there encouraging small business owners to, be proud of who they are. And it wasn't just because I was, solo owned and operated. It was what I was doing to actually encourage my clients to come in, and kind of the out of the box thinking with video marketing being so fresh and new. And I was tapping into that, and gosh, I can't believe how fast the digital age has actually sped by me, because back then that was only 5 years ago, and we were just talking about putting videos into your promotional marketing and stuff like that. So it just blows my mind. Yeah, like I'm truly do see PBS investing so much in their stockists and those that partner with them. It's just so much more than the product, as I said before, itself. So yeah, it's nice. If you are thinking it is award season coming up in the time that we record this, and I think all nominations and stuff have been in. But yeah, if you're ever feeling like, oh, I wonder if I could ever do anything or submit anything and be nominated, I encourage everyone to do that, because it really gave me so much confidence. And not only that, from like a confidence perspective of submitting something for myself, but then the people that came up to me afterwards at the awards saying all sorts of things like, oh, wow, what motivates you to, keep on going with the marketing, because it's so overwhelming. And it just fueled me, obviously, more with Beauty Business Co, because there's so many people that are needing support in that area as well. Yeah, so it does so many different things to a person when they go and put themselves out there. And it's great that PBS give the opportunity as for that in the brand itself as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We even had, I think last year was the first time we had the Owner Operator Award as well. So, and that's the thing, we love our small owner operator businesses as much as the very large businesses we work with across the country, because, we see the passion, you're driving that every single day. And we absolutely love to see every single partner of ours grow, whether they're big or small.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So which hurdles, you speak to a lot of beauty business owners, and I'm sure the list could probably take up the whole time of this podcast, but which hurdles do you continually see popping up when it comes to running a beauty business?
Look, I'm going to say my number one hurdle that I always see and what my business owners battle with on a daily is team. So they're always not everyone, but there's a lot of people out there that are in that state of fear where they don't know whether should I invest this much training into my team, because what if they up and leave? But the time you spend not investing in training your team, supporting your team, putting in that extra professional development, that far outweighs the fact if you just invest all of that into your team, they're more likely to stay with you. They see the value of being with you in that team and how much they can grow with you. Obviously, people do move on eventually, but we see how much training and investing in team meetings and team huddles in the morning, how much that actually can transform your business, not only for the morale of the team and staying together, but that education of your clients that are walking through your doors to be able to keep them as a loyal VIP client with you, and be able to increase that client spend per visit as well, and getting truly amazing results. And that really is what I always say to all of my business owners. Invest in your training, invest in your team. You will thank yourself for it 10 times over, because it really will bring that return.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I get where everyone is coming from when it comes to team and people, coming on board and then unfortunately maybe going a different path or that. But it's a mindset, right? I feel like if a business owner can have that mindset of, what, the people that I employ are going to become the best therapist or the best skin therapist or best receptionist, and I'm going to invest in them so that I can help propel their career. We're not going to have them forever. Like, it's just life, we aren't attached, they aren't attached to us. And I think it's important to know that if you can, I don't know, I just come from that place of like, if I can help someone propel in their career and be who they want to truly be in their future and be a part of that, then that's pretty special. And
100%.
I know that it can be hard because then you've got to find someone else. And I did struggle with this when I had my own salon too, but I always did never hold myself attached to that person. Like if they didn't want to stay or if they had another vision, a part of their path, then that was okay, you know? Yeah, but your education that you do have a part of PBS is phenomenal. Like it's online where people can kind of do it at their own pace in their own time because, you know, life can be busy and it's hard to get out of the business and spend a day in training. But then your in-person training that you do have just goes that like step deeper, doesn't it? Because you've got that hands-on education as well.
Yeah, so we've got a complete pathway, like education pathway for every single brand that we do have. And we do encourage that any major brand that we do classroom training, that, you know, at least one person from the salon or the clinic comes to that once a year, just to freshen up on skills. Because we do, like when you're doing your same job every single day, you get into your habits, you get into your favorite products, you forget about different treatment plans that you can be doing for your clients. So it just really re-energizes you as well. And the other thing I'd highly encourage business owners to do as well is make sure that they do have a client journey for everything that they do, so that, you know, your therapists have structure. Everyone is greeted the same way. Everyone is brought into a room and start treatments and finish treatments the same way. Obviously, everyone will have their own touch, but there should be a client journey mapped out for absolutely everything you do in your business, so that you know whether Kim's doing that treatment today or Sarah's doing that treatment today, that client is still going to be nurtured in the way you want to be done within your business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like walking into, you know, a Mac store or like an Apple store, sorry. And every single one that you walk into is pretty much the same way as it's set out. And each staff member being at the front greeting you, like every single store has that. I think if we're looking at our businesses, how can we create that continuity within that one space that we have? What doesn't matter. And that's when it comes to that team retention as well. It doesn't matter who you go with, they're all going to be delivering the same service. And when it comes to the business owner looking to step off the floor, that transition becomes a lot easier because they feel confident with any staff member anyway, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's so important if you are looking, you know, if you've been working in your business for so long and you know it's time to take that step back and actually work on your business rather than in it, those client journeys are so important for that transition to be really nice and smooth.
Yeah, 100%. So what are your 2 top important tips for the aspired Beauty Boss listener to learn from when they're starting their own business?
Okay, so when someone starts their own business, my number one, because obviously we get a lot of inquiries for brand new businesses coming through to us on a daily basis. I always say, know what your values are of your business and who you actually want to be as a beauty boss. You know, what do you want to specialize in? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to be known as? Because you need to be super clear on that to be able to make the decision of what your menu is going to look like, what brands are you going to partner with. All of that needs to be fully aligned for you to be successful in your business. So that's my number one tip, is know truly who you are and what you want to specialize in. And number 2, know your numbers. So make sure you know what your break-even point is when you're starting a business, and make sure you know your profitability per treatment as well. So we obviously offer that with all of our brands, but you know, every brand out there will be able to give you your profit per minute on your treatments. And just so that you know that you can go in confidently, you might not be making money right at the start, but at least know your numbers and what you kind of need to take home each week, or what your goal is going to be. Even if you're an operator, you should still start your week or your day at setting up your goals like you would for your own team. And then that way you're always driving yourself to push that a little bit further and grow your business every single day by knowing your numbers.
Yes, yeah, that's a big one. I think it can be a bit of a headache for a lot of people that are starting out. I mean, we didn't go to beauty school to, first of all, be amazing social media marketers, which is what I like teaching. And then from the knowing your numbers side, and, you know, it's all about making sure that you're leaning into people that can support you. And once again, I think I'm going to say it probably 10 times on this show, being a part of the PBS partnership, it's so amazing that they've got people like yourself, Jules, who can actually help. You've got spreadsheets. I remember being part of PBS and receiving Excel sheets, or what would you say, like maybe survey forms that's actually, you know, going through questionnaires to really identify who you are as a business owner, you know, what you want to specialize in, and then going down and working out that profit per minute if you were to go with a particular brand that you did have under your banner. So it was really empowering with knowing that knowledge, how I can actually, you know, price my treatments and then not go too cheap in the beginning, you know, because we all start somewhere. And I know that we want the traffic to come through our door, but it's not about undervaluing our worth from the get-go, which is going to really be the definition of your success, knowing that you're actually making a profit from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And you never want to, I highly encourage people not to discount. As you said, you want to value add, because discounting almost attracts the wrong customer through your doors. Your discount shoppers don't have any loyalty. They will jump from salon to salon for the best deal. When you're starting a business, you want to create a community within your own business. It's going to be your VIP loyalty clients for years to come, and you don't achieve them by being too cheap or discounting hard. It's just about showing absolute value in what you're doing. So I guess that's probably another tip, is we're always talking about value adding rather than discounting things in.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I know that you're not on like in the business creating the marketing for PBS, but do you love some apps on your phone specifically that could help a beauty business owner listening?
Yeah, definitely. So I love Canva. I'm not that great at it, but hey, we've actually got a video from our beautiful marketing team that shows you just how to use your Canva. But I do love the ability to jump on and make, you know, your own marketing, or take our marketing and put your own spin on it, so it's really unique to you as well. What else do I love? Obviously, I love Instagram. I'm always on there watching what content that my clients are creating. And I think video content, Angela, I remember us doing video content, you know, back 5 years ago. It's so changed now with your reels and being able to go live in your Instagram stories. I think it's really important for you to step outside your comfort zone, put yourself out there, do a fun reel. Like, it can really attract different people through your doors. And I guess don't forget with Instagram, there's people that will scroll and look at your posts, and there's people that, like me, that sit on Instagram stories and just flick through that. So just make sure that you're really getting your story across when you're doing all of your Instagram posts. And my other one would be the I Am app. So that pops up, I think, every hour for me with a little gratitude or a little positive saying, and I think that really helps you get through your day as well.
Oh, I love that. That's a really good one. I also love Canva as well. And it's great to have the Canva app on your phone, because you can do quick things. Even if there's pictures of your team that you want to take, you can actually, you know, take them and then remove the background of what they're in, and, you know, put a promotion together, or maybe like a little I am affirmation from yourself or a team member, and post it up on Instagram. So it's that really great apps, and making them also into video form is available through Canva now. So yeah, creating GIFs and stuff like that has never been easier.
Yeah, it makes it super easy now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So what's one thing you're constantly searching for when it comes to support in what you do daily, Jules? You're a mama, you're a busy full-time worker, and, you know, I think also, as much as we can set boundaries for ourselves and our personal life, you are also pretty much on call for so many stockists that might need things on the instant for you. So I can imagine you're getting pulled in so many different directions.
Yeah, look, life is super busy, but as I said before, I absolutely love it. I really thrive when I am incredibly busy. But I guess what I'm always putting together, because obviously I help support the business development manager team at PBS as well, is coming up with systems to make things easier for the girls when they're on the road, or, you know, if you do something more than once, I say create it as a template. So I'm always searching for a way, how can we make that easier? How can we put that into a system maybe for our team, or how can we systemize that for a business owner? Because if we can make something a lot quicker that they're doing on a daily basis, then, you know, that frees up some time that you can maybe be working on more marketing or reaching out to their VIPs. So I think it's just important to really analyze, you know, what you're doing on the daily, and making sure that you're actually working on the important and urgent tasks, and not getting lost in little stuff that probably doesn't need done. So yeah, that's always what I'm looking for, is what can I put into a system for someone to make life a whole lot easier.
Yeah. And so do you have a part of the PBS team, like a project management system that you're all a part of, like Asana or Monday?
No, our head office team certainly do. So a lot of them work off Asana, especially the marketing team, because they're so large now. I think they're up to 8 inside the marketing team now.
Oh, wow.
So that's really good. Myself, I do have one that I work from, but we have got systems on the daily. So I have daily checklists for all of the business development managers about what the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly tasks are as a business development manager within PBS. So I'm just constantly trying to think of things just to make life that little bit easier and being able to do things a lot quicker, because you're pretty much go from the minute your phone starts ringing at 9 o'clock to the last one at maybe 6 o'clock at night. So I absolutely love having a system in place so that we're structured and we're getting things done in the most efficient manner.
Yeah, absolutely. And like for the beauty business owner listening as well, this is something that you can implement. I think gone are the days of the big policies and procedure manuals that we made our teams look through and hopefully they read at night before they started their shift. When having like these systems where you can actually delegate tasks to and actually, I don't know, upload a video conversation with some of the members we have inside Beauty Boss Pro, they also have like their own Facebook groups with their teams. Yeah. Or maybe like a WhatsApp thread or something, or a Voxer thread, which is also great. So it's like looking into, what works best for you. Do people like voice messaging, or will they look at your videos inside a group, or that sort of get mixed in the rest of the notifications that they have? But I do love also working with Asana because I can, not be kind of the bottleneck in my business, having to kind of be across everything all the time. It's like when a system is put in place and then you've popped it in for the person to actually go and do the task, then you're really not having to kind of look over them all the time, and knowing that's actually been done by somebody can also, help free up so much time. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good system. I love a good list to be ticking off and being able to delegate when something's not your strong point. So if you've got a younger team member that absolutely loves socials, get them to do some stories and some reels for you as well, if that's not your thing.
Yes, yeah, I could go on for hours on that one too. Yeah, we don't have to be creating it all. I think a lot of business owners, they think, oh, well, I've got to show up every single day. And it's like, oh, I think you've got about 5 team members. And I don't think anyone would know that looking at your socials, because you're the one that's always in front of them. So are they? Get them to introduce themselves and have them hold a bit of accountability of not just being the therapist inside the treatment room, but also being, on board with educating through digital marketing as well, because we can speak to so many customers that Australia-wide and not just for our local community walking through our door. Do you imagine speaking about one of the Image skincare sunscreens back 5 years ago to my audience on Instagram or Facebook Live? And that would be just an opportunity for more people to be able to see who I am, what I do, and what I sell as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hiding behind the screens.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I encourage a lot of my business owners now to actually make social media and education part of their KPIs, so that every single team member is involved in getting on socials, making it educational, making it fun. And again, you don't just want to be the face of your business. If you are looking at stepping back to work more on the business rather than in it, you need your team up front and center and showcasing that they know just as much as you do. They have just the same tools in education, and we need to make sure that shines through on socials and everywhere else as well.
Yeah, 100%. So do you have any specific routines that you stick to set your day up for success?
Yeah, so I'm very much a structure person, if you haven't heard that in me already. So I start my day the same all the time. So I do actually try and practice gratitude in the morning and listen to either a podcast while I'm getting ready, or put on, really uplifting kind of music to start my day. So I always find that if how you start your day is how you will end it. So you do need to end it with positivity. And I also do my affirmation cards as well. So that's kind of my structure for the day. If I can, I'll exercise as well. I've been pretty slack of that of late, but I know exercise does make me feel good in the morning, but it's mainly about practicing gratitude before you starting in that really positive light, so that no matter what's thrown at you, by the time you start at 8-9 o'clock, that you are in a really good headspace to take that on. So that's super important, that you structure and start your day positively.
Yeah, I'm with you with that. It's so important. Getting a bit of sunshine can make the world of difference, even if it's just 5 minutes where you
Yeah.
like step outside. Because sometimes we can just get into the checking the emails as soon as we wake up, and then you're making your coffee, and then you're sort of running out the door because, life. But having those even 5 to 10 minutes just to yourself can make the world of difference as well.
Yeah, especially if you've got kids and you're running around all morning as well. Just before you start work, just take that 5 minutes just to kind of recenter yourself and before you start your day. And I really encourage business owners to do that with your team as well. So we were massive on it when I was still working at Pure Indulgence, where we would always have our morning meetings, and I would be blasting really fun and happy music in the salon before the girls walked in for the day, just so that we were, no matter what was going on in their lives before they walked through the door, they felt happy when they walked into work and felt supported in what was happening in their day.
Yeah, it's a real big game changer, I think, from a team culture perspective as well, doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's move on to some rapid fire questions. What's the best book you've ever read?
Oh, okay. That's a toss up between Atomic Habits and Think Like a Monk.
Oh, both my faves. I love it. Who is someone that you would love to meet in person?
It's actually Jay Shetty. I absolutely love him. So after reading Think Like a Monk, I've been listening to his podcast and watching his Instagram, and I would absolutely love to meet him.
Yeah. Can you make sure you invite me to come?
Yes.
To find out if he's coming to Australia before I do, and then we can go together. I think he'd be absolutely magnificent to be in his presence.
Definitely.
What is one thing you have procrastinated about this week?
Can I say this question? No, I'm going to say something silly and ridiculous, like washing my car. I got a brand new car last week, and I've been procrastinating about the fact I've got to stay on the weekly wash because it's brand new and needs to keep looking shiny.
Yes. Oh. What is something you would jump at if you knew you wouldn't fail?
I think I'd probably go back to studying. I think I'd really like to do nutrition and maybe more that nutrition counseling. I feel like that's something that I would absolutely love to do, not only for my head personally, but to help so many people out there.
Yeah, I can see that within you. You've always been attached to that wellness side, not just from business, but also following your journey as well. I've loved kind of you giving tips and things like that along the way. So you've got it in you, Jules.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. If you were stranded on a deserted island with no Wi-Fi, what's one thing you wish you had with you?
I'm going to say my Kindle so I don't get bored. I can keep reading.
Yeah, that's always good. This has been so lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know that so many listeners will get a lot out of this episode, just even from a little business building nugget in there too. So thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom. Tell us what's next for you, what's in the works for PBS, if you have any sneak peeks of any new machinery coming out. We always like to hear about what's coming. And yeah, where can the listeners go and find you? Because I know that you're also active on socials, but then also maybe share the PBS contact details as well, because I know some people might find it also a little bit scary reaching out to a wholesaler to ask about any particular brands, especially because there are so many under the PBS banner as well. They might be interested in one particular thing but don't want to talk about everything. But that's not always the case when you can get in contact with the right person. So I'd love for you to share all of that.
Yeah, definitely. So what's next for me? I'm definitely not moving away from PBS. It's I'm definitely part of that family. I absolutely love growing with them and seeing them grow as a business as well. I've obviously brought on a number of brands since I started 5 years ago. As far as I know, there's no more equipment coming on board, as we've just taken on Collagen and Biotherapeutic last year. But we are definitely excited. We will be at Beauty Expo this year. So I don't know who's coming along and joining us, but we are super excited to be back in our in-person events. So if you are interested in seeing anything in action that you've maybe not seen with us before, especially equipment-wise, there will be demos happening over our Expo weekend, and all of our business development manager team will be there to ask as many questions as you like.
Yay, so exciting.
Yes, so
we were just
excited.
talking about how exciting it is just to be in person, and then the energy of the expo is so awesome as well. So, and I think for having equipment and stuff, it is really great to see demos. Like we don't give ourselves permission enough as business owners to go in and get treatments if we were thinking about bringing in LED or skin needling. So it's nice to see it all in action, and the expo will be the place, won't it?
It definitely will. We just did myself and Denise did non-surgical symposium a couple of weekends ago, and we were just saying how great it was to be back in front of people, and people really excited to look at everything that's new and been happening in the past couple of years when we haven't been able to have these showcases. So super excited to bring you that as well. Reach out to our team at head office. They are an amazing customer service team, and we will never overwhelm you with chatting about all of our brands at once. We will listen to what your needs are and what you're inquiring about and learn a little bit more about you. So you go through our head office team first, and then you will be put in contact with your business development manager from there, depending on the area that you're in. You can follow Professional Beauty Solutions on Instagram. So their handle is just Pro Beauty Solutions. And we obviously have an Instagram page for each brand that we have as well. So if there's a particular brand you're interested in, you'll be able to find them on there. And then I can be found at Julie_Leverington_PBS. And I do like to share as much as I can on there, whether it's educational tips or about our brands.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And we were talking about a little giveaway for our listeners. What is it that you would like our listeners to do with this episode? What's going to be their prize?
Okay, so I'd love to know what your takeaway is from listening to me and my little hints and tips that I shared today. So I'd love to hear that from you. And the lucky winner will get our brand new Image MD Restoring Power C serum that was launched just a couple of months ago. It is a phenomenal product. I'm seeing fantastic results even within a few days of using it. So whoever is the lucky winner of that will absolutely love it.
Yay. Well, I will put all the directions of how to win in the show notes and probably pop that in our intro as well for everybody. So good luck, and thank you so much once again, Jules. I can't wait to give you a cuddle down at Expo. And
me too. Thanks for having me. It was great chatting to you.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening as well. Talk to you soon.